Hey, vinyl community, welcome back. This is Hub Tunes. I am Mike, doing a quick concert review. This is going to be really quick because I'm starving. I just got back from work and I'm absolutely famished. But I wanted to get this in because I'm quick off of this concert. I talked about this concert coming up in a few videos a few weeks back. I went to it was kind of like a New Orleans style, and they claimed it to be like a New Orleans style like festival, but it really wasn't. I don't know. But it was a fun festival. It was at a venue here in Chicago called the Salt Shed. It is the old Morton Salt building. You can actually see it, when you're coming in and when you're going downtown. It's got the iconic Morton Salt little girl with the umbrella on the roof. It's a beautiful venue. I've seen one show inside and I pretty much gave it a crappy review. The venue actually has an indoor venue and an outdoor venue. The indoor venue, when I went to see him, I went to see Viagra Boys. It was the second show they ever did there, and the sound was terrible, the lines were terrible, the acoustics were awful, everything about it was terrible. I've heard since then they've made some improvements. They've put some, soundproofing and some, because it's a big old warehouse is all it is. But I've heard it's gotten better indoors. I have a friend who went last week and he saw a Japanese breakfast there and he said it sounded really good. So hopefully in the winter when I go see a show in the indoors portion of this venue, it'll be much improved. This show was outside. And the outside is fantastic. First of all, it's got an incredible view of downtown Chicago. You can see the Sears Tower and everything. I mean, it's really, really nice view from this location. It's right along the Chicago River, the North Branch. It's outdoors. The beer lines were great. It is a cards only thing, so lines just move. You don't have to wait for very long. I did not wait in line at the bathrooms at all. And now, granted, I don't think the show was sold out. It didn't seem like it was sold out. There was plenty of room to kind of mingle and hang out. You could leave your spot and still go to the bathroom and come back to your exact same spot. So it was really, really very relaxing. It was a beautiful evening. They have food trucks that come in and park right around the venue inside. So that's really cool. They had some really good food, actually. I got a few things to eat and it was delicious. But so onto the show. So the show was, like I said, it was billed as kind of a New Orleans review thing, but I didn't really see the New Orleans connection other than the headliner. The show opened up with, what's his name? Oh my God, I can't remember his name. Forget it. Don't worry about it. It wasn't very good. But then then Mavis Staples comes on. Mavis Staples is next up. She's 84 years old. She looks great. It's not the Mavis Staples that, we know from albums like this. This is Staple Singers' Be What You Are. This is a great gospel record. Be What You Are, That's What Friends Are For, the cover. She does, what else on here? Grandma's Hands is terrific. This is a really, really good Staple Singers record. If you're looking for one, this is one I would get. She's awesome. I love Mavis Staples. I've seen her 4 times now. This is the shortest she's ever played. She only did about 45 minutes. She's 84. She did have to sit down a couple of times. It was pretty warm up there. I can imagine it was even warmer on the stage, so probably not the ideal conditions for her. But she had a smile from ear to ear, just singing away. Her voice is gone. She's now got that deep, gravelly voice, which appears on most of her, most of her current albums. That's the voice you're getting. You're not getting that beautiful, sultry voice of Mavis Staples, from her solo albums or anything like that. But you are going to get a wonderful performer, a wonderful human being, and somebody who was absolutely thrilled to be there. I was first turned on to Mavis Staples, not by that Staples Singers record, but I remember when this came. I don't remember when this came out. I remember when I picked it up because I got it for like $1, and I was like, "Who the hell is this woman?" This is the Wattstax concert that was done in the early 70s. This is absolutely fantastic. If you ever get a chance to pick this up, it is absolutely phenomenal. It has Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes is the entire fourth side. It's worth anything you pay just for the Isaac Hayes performance. But the Staples Singers are wonderful on here. This is really, really cool. They've recently released a expanded box set of it. I did not pick it up, but I hear it's fantastic. This has Isaac Hayes, staple singers, Eddie Floyd, Albert King is awesome on here, Carla Thomas, Rufus Thomas, and the Soul Children. But I'd love to get the expanded box set, but you can pick this up. This is a $5 record. I highly recommend it. Double live record. If you want to hear some great Mavis Staples singing, absolutely fantastic. And the Isaac Hayes is sublime. It's unbelievable. So I knew Mavis, you know, kind of from her debut. This is her debut. She does a wonderful version of Son of a Preacher Man on here. It's really, really good. It's just a really good soul record. This is the Vinyl Please edition. There's a beautiful inner sleeve. This is a wonderful pressing. This record sounds really, really good. Excellent stuff. This is her 1970 solo debut. And then she comes back in 71 with this record. This is on Stax. A totally different type of record. This has orchestration. The songs are not nearly as good. It's not as soulful. Her voice, though, sounds freaking amazing on here. I think this is probably her best vocal performance outside of the Staples sisters. Singers. This is a really good record. It's called Only for the Lonely. Like, again, it gets very schmaltzy, very 70s. There's a couple of great songs on it, but overall, not a great follow-up to her debut. And then she kind of disappears for about 10 years, and she doesn't do a lot. She just kind of hangs out, and, you know, she does tour a little bit, but there's no new records or anything. And she comes out. I don't have all her stuff. So I'll just kind of mix this up. This is an album she did with, what's his name? This is with, Bob Ludwig mastered it. So that's pretty good. This was recorded at the Loft in Chicago. This is the album You Are Not Alone. This, absolutely fantastic. Jeff Tweedy is all over this. Produced by Jeff Tweedy. He does a lot of writing on here. I believe they won a bunch of Grammys for this. This is a terrific, terrific record. And my personal favorite of her solo stuff, this is If All I Was Black. Also a Jeff Tweedy produced, co-written, just a wonderful, wonderful record recorded here at the Loft in Chicago. Really, really good record. This is probably my favorite of all her solo stuff. Again, the voice is gone. She's got that gravelly voice, but it's powerful. The message on this is just really, really good. It's the last two records I just showed, just wonderful. She also released this. This was a couple years ago. This was 2019, and this was I saw her on this tour. We went down to Memphis to see her at the Beale Street Music Festival, and she was absolutely wonderful. She played a lot longer. She played about an hour and a half, and this was a really good. This is Mavis in London, but it's pretty much the same set she was doing at the time that I saw her, and it's really good. She goes back into the old catalog. She has the same band that I just saw her with, and she goes back into the old catalog a little bit, but she also does a lot of this more recent stuff with Tweedy, and she opens with Love and Trust. Her cover version of Slippery People is really, really good. She did that when I saw her. Take Us Back, You Are Not Alone, the cover track from the one album. Let's Do It Again. This is a really, really good live record of what she's doing contemporary, what she's doing now. It's just she's not doing an hour and a half shows anymore at 84. And this is another really good collaboration with Levon Helm. If you guys like Levon Helm and the band and Miss Mavis, I highly recommend this. It's mostly covers. This is My Country, Trouble in Mind. She does a cover of. This may be the last time. Wide River to Cross is absolutely fantastic. You Gotta Serve Somebody, the amazing Bob Dylan song. And, of course, they cover The Weight. This is a really good record. You guys can pick this up. It is not expensive at all. At all. You can get this for under $20. So those are my Mavis records. She was terrific. I mean, what more can you say? She's a living legend, and we're very lucky she's still with us. So then comes the headliner, and that is Trombone Shorty. Now, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Trombone Shorty. I have 3 of his records. I enjoy Trombone Shorty. I think he's a really talented musician and arranger and producer. Wow. So Trombone Shorty comes out, and he's the headliner, and it is a powerhouse show. It is. Mavis was down here as far as like energy level. This dude blew the roof off the place, if there was a roof. It was one of the highest energy shows I've been to in a long time. This guy was on fire from the second he came out. He had an incredible backing band with a gorgeous horn section, beautiful backup singers. It was funky, it was rocking, it was just, I was blown away. I was blown away by how good he was. Like I said, I was familiar with his records, but man, he just smoked for about an hour and 40 minutes. This show did not let up. It was high energy. This was the first Trombone Shorty record I ever heard and bought, and this is For True. I believe this is probably his biggest selling album. It's got a lot of different people on here. It opens with the song Buck Jump, which is great. But then there's a song called Encore, which I really don't like. It's like the biggest downer on. I just don't like this song. But the rest of the album is great. He's got this song "Do to Me" with Jeff Beck on guitar. Jeff Beck is screeching through this song. It's absolutely fantastic. He's got a whole bunch of guest artists on here. I can't read this because my eyes, but just a bunch of the Neville brothers. Cyril Neville's on a lot of tracks. There is a New Orleans vibe to it, but again, like the show, high energy. This is, if you like big New Orleans horns, and it's even more than New Orleans. It's just got a soulful feel. It's a really terrific record. Highly recommend this. If you're going to pick up a Trombone Shorty record, or if you're going to stream one, this is the way to go. Go with this one. The next record I got, and I think this is the record that came right after that, is Parking Lot Symphony. This is a really good record too. It is a gatefold. This one is a little bit more soulful. There's a lot more soul to it. This one definitely has a New Orleans vibe to it. It Ain't No Use, I believe, is a cover. Dirty Water. Here Come the Girls. Like a Dog. This is a really good record. Also, this would be the second one I pick up of the 3 I'm going to show. Also, totally cheap. You can get this for like $19.99. Excellent record. Like I said, more of a soulful feel to it, and definitely more of a New Orleans vibe, but still really high energy. I mean, he's kind of got, that Neville Brothers soul feel to him. It's really, really good. And this is his most recent record. This is Lifted, and this is on Blue Note. He is now signed to Blue Note. I believe this might also be on Blue Note. Let me check. This one is also on Blue Note. This one I knew was definitely on Blue Note. Lifted, great cover. What a great photograph. This one features Gary Clark Jr. on a couple of tracks. Terrific guitarist from Chicago here. This is definitely soulful. This is more modern day soul. He's really more contemporary sound as far as this one goes. It's not my favorite of the 3, but it's still a really solid record. Come Back is a great opener. Gary Clark is on I'm Standing Here. It's his guitar work is sublime. He's just terrific. The New Breed Brass Band is on a song called Everybody in the World. This band is great. If you like horns and big horns, this guy's for you. I mean, just check out all 3 of these records. Highly recommend Trombone Shorty. He was definitely, I went in thinking, I just want to see Mavis. Great, just a great performance. Oh, you know who I was thinking of was Ziggy Marley was also on the bill. That's when I had the brain fart earlier. Ziggy Marley was on the bill. He was okay. I'm not a fan of that commercialized softened kind of reggae sound that he does. I like my reggae to be gritty and dirty. I like Toots and the Mayals and Peter Tosh, and obviously some of the Marley stuff, early Marley stuff. Ziggy's a little too sterile for me, maybe is the word. He was terrific. The crowd loved him. I mean, and he was entertaining, and he did Get Up, Stand Up, and what other song he did? Was it Stir It Up? I think it was Stir It Up. Get Up, Stand Up, and Stir It Up were his final, were like his encores. The Get Up, Stand Up was really good. Stir It Up was also good, but the highlight for me was Get Up, Stand Up. He sounds just like his dad. He looks like his dad at this point. I don't know how old Ziggy is at this point, but I mean, he's got to be in his mid-50s, right? Maybe even late 50s. Yeah, Ziggy was good. Mavis was great. And Trombone Shorty was... damn. I will go see Trombone Shorty again. If you guys get a chance to see him and you're ready to dance and have a good time, he was terrific. So that's my quick review, 15, 16 minutes. You guys, questions, comments, snide remarks down below. Have a good one. I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye.